That gives you a little bit of a feel. It comes out triannually 3 times a year, and when it comes out and we get a chance to read it, it's like an artistic and intellectual Christmas present. Justin Close joining us, editor-in-chief, creative director for The Lab magazine.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, good. I like the way you put that.
Thank you.
I know, that was very well
2 different
said.
covers this time.
Tell us about the cover people. We saw Lakey Lee in the footage there. She's been on our show before.
Yeah.
Amazing pictures of her. Tell us about your shoot with her.
Well, we did it with Frank Oggenfels, who's an alumni with us. He shot, I think, 3 of our covers.
Love that you have an alumni now.
Yeah, we're only four issues deep, and we can call it that, I guess. But we decided to do 2 covers because, you know, we wanted to look a little more interesting on the shelf.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then Flaming Lips fans.
Yeah, Wayne Coyne, he was great. He's such an idol to me. Like.
Yeah, and the interview, I mean, just to, you know, we're going to talk specifics in a second, but just to get a peek inside what drives people and that artistic process is always fascinating.
Totally, and I think that's the beauty of the magazine. It's more of a conversation. I think if it was a journalist interviewing an artist, you wouldn't necessarily get that kind of organic.
Yeah, the insight, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you get in every interview. Is there's
Well, let's start with Stellan Skarsgård. He's interviewed by David Fincher. Tell us about this dynamic.
Yeah.
We've got some great pictures here, but tell us about the interview.
They just finished working together.
Well, that's kind of a dream for us because, you know, we're filmmakers and we started a magazine. So to have those 2 guys talk, it's kind of awesome. And it all happened on our trip up to Napa Valley. So we're listening in on it. And
as you're going into Napa.
Yeah, envision that. How could it get better?
No kidding.
And David Fincher, of course, just directed Stellan in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is going to come out pretty soon.
You should watch the trailer.
Really good?
It's one of the best trailers I've seen.
I have my
Really?
fingers crossed that it's going to be awesome. But, I mean, they really talked a lot about the collaborative process between director and actor and why it worked between the 2 of them.
Right.
Obviously, these 2 really enjoyed working.
Yeah, well, in the interview, I love the part where Stellan, he doesn't like to sit in his trailer. He likes to get on set and kind of get into the, you know, the whole feeling of filmmaking. And I think that's beautiful. I think every actor should do that. And knowing that 2 guys at that level still have that appreciation for
And
the art.
passion, yeah.
It's great.
Okay, we have to talk about the epitome of cool, Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, what's cooler than
amazing
him?
photographs of him. How cool is he?
He's, you know, I had to take, I don't often shoot for the magazine myself, but when we got him, I had to do it.
Yeah.
So I took a train down to Anaheim, and I went and shot him before he opened up for U2, and it was unbelievable. He's like the nicest, coolest, most artistic guy. You know, you think rock star, you know, you think he's going to be like 100 feet tall, and, you know, he's just amazing.
Well, and you also think rock star, so he's going to want to talk about rocking.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to want to talk about
But
music.
he's a photographer, he's an interior designer, he does all these things. So he's like very much on our, like the same level that.
Well, and everybody, you know, it's really easy to pigeonhole people, right? You know, it makes it easier for your brain, and it's an easy way to map out where people are. But, you know, when you talk to people and they have creative drive, it's very rare that that creative drive is restricted to one particular art form.
Right. Yeah. Well, he's the perfect example. Is that
Yeah.
you know he does? I think he's doing the Taj Mahal in Miami, or like he does crazy
great club there,
projects,
right?
and he just he's one of the most humble artists that I've ever met. I think.
But was it intimidating at all shooting him, being that he is a photographer and he's Lenny?
Yeah, you know, a photographer told me once to never research about a person that you're shooting, because if you go out and shoot, like I shot Cranston for this issue, Bryan Cranston, and I didn't want to research too much because it was such great advice for me, because you don't want to be on a different level than what they know about you.
Right.
So you don't want to go into the shoot knowing so much about them and they don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
And you want to be like, I know what you did when you were 16.
Yeah, go in together, right?
That type thing. So I tried not to kind of get intimidated, but how could you not? You know.
Well, and you mentioned the Bryan Cranston, and we don't have it on our list to talk about, but, you know, Walt in Breaking Bad, and of course, I forgot until I read it. I was like, oh my God, he was the dad on Malcolm in the Middle. Like,
and by far, out of all my shoots, he was the best. For
Why
me,
was he the best?
he just enjoyed the process so much, you know. I came off a kind of boring shoot before, and I was like, I hope this is going to be great, because if it's not great, I'm going to be super down. And it was just beyond amazing. He's just, you know, he's a photographer too, and he collects photographs. So
Really?
Yeah. So he was so into the camera I was using.
yeah.
And, you know,
well,
he
you
was
can see
playing
you
it.
guys were playing with angles a lot and sort of messing about a
He
lot.
loved it. He was jumping on the roof for me. He was doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah. It was cool.
Run for me!
Why
Yeah.
not? We have to talk about making the shoot,
Right.
the photography contest that you guys have with the Lab
That's a cool
magazine.
idea.
Tell us about this.
I think we're about to start something big. It's a photography contest for photographers worldwide, and you basically pay a very minimal submission fee, and you submit photos, your strongest work, and you get a chance to shoot a celebrity for the magazine that gets published. I think there's a lot of competitions out there that don't offer kind of the longevity that we're offering, because you know, as a photographer, you want to get noticed and you want to keep shooting and you want to build a relationship
and getting something for your portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, to get published, it's not easy, and we're just kind of trying to build a platform for photographers.
So it's open to anybody.
It's open to anybody, and it launches on Monday.
And for you guys to bring another person into the fold too, you know, every time we talk to you guys, you're incorporating more people and trying to figure out how to fit everybody into this.
Yeah, we're teaming up with this girl Lee, who runs Photo Culture and who teaches classes out in LA on how to, you know, kind of be an artist but run a business doing it.
The two often don't go hand in hand.
Yeah. And it's very hard to have those two kind of, you know, it's like
mindsets,
your left brain, right brain type thing. But I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a great contest.
And how has this whole experience been for you guys with the Lab magazine? We've known you since the first issue.
Right.
And you know, anybody starting a magazine, it does seem like a lofty idea, especially in 2011.
It's a crazy business right now.
Never mind doing something that is very artistic and not commercial. So how has it been going for you guys, and what has the process been like?
I think it's been such a blessing. You know, it's got us in the door to so many places that we would have never even got into the door. No one even, like, you know, we go to these meetings and we plop down the magazine, and half the time we're talking about a movie we want to make, but they can't stop talking about the magazine.
Right, yeah.
So it's a great business
we're like, let's get back to the movie.
It's taking over your life.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's the best calling card we've ever created, and we're so blessed that we have people behind us to keep it going.
Well, and the key is you guys made the choice to create it, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's an important
and it's
moment.
not easy, so, you know, it's very much takes our entire lives.
Really quick, we want to talk about one piece of apparel, because I got to get my hands on one of these
Everybody
things.
has seen these, I think, probably, but you guys are
you
teaming up with them because they're just
They're
weird and cool.
What is it?
It's basically, it started in Norway about these guys, the quick story about these guys that were hungover that wanted some darkness.
Pure isolation.
So they decided to make a suit that zipped up over their head, and now they're selling it worldwide. You know, we just got off the phone with them, and, you know, Justin Bieber wears one
Of course
at
he
his
does.
concert, and then after people start like that, and Usher and all these people.
It's like the new Snuggie.
It's awesome.
You and I
Mine's in
should
the
do
mail.
We should do shows in them.
We could.
I wanted to wear one, but it got lost in the mail. I was going to wear one here.
Can we all wear
Next
them
time
for the
we're all
That would
wearing
be
them.
great.
We have to
Awesome.
order ours. All right.
Can we do that for real?
Yes,
we
okay,
can.
Awesome.
Yes, we can. Urban Rush, where dreams come true. We're going to take a quick break.